I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're diving into the high-stakes world of espionage, international conflict, and CIA operations. Author Sid De Beer joins us to discuss his gripping thriller series, including the latest installment, Pursuance of Justice, where global crises collide with covert intelligence missions. With pulse-pounding realism and insight into today's geopolitical threats, his novels offer action, suspense, and chilling what-if scenarios that feel all too real. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put him in the spotlight today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing books. The links are below the interview. And be sure to download the Spotlight Network TV app, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Sid, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Hello, Logan, and hello to your viewers.
Great to have you on the show, sir. Let's give the folks at home an overview of this trilogy that you've created.
Thank you, Logan. There are 3 books in the trilogy. The first one is titled White Fright. Now, the title of this particular book comes from the look on POTUS's face when the president realized that a nuclear confrontation with Russia seemed inevitable. The agent is then called upon to do many things, and as we know, the CIA is there to ensure the safety of America and possibly the world at large. And he gets involved with multiple scenarios and things to sort out. Quite an intriguing beginning, of the book. I always wanted to write only one book, Logan, to be honest with you. And that was something I wanted to do for probably about 45 years. However, in my working career, I just never had the time. So then when I retired, and of course the dreaded COVID-19 hit the world, it forced me to sit down in front of my computer and allow my fingers to work the keyboard. And that's how it all started.
Well, we're glad you did. So White Fright is the first book. What's the second book?
The second book is called Right on the Edge. That's it there. And that's a sequel to the first book. As I said, I really intended to only write one book, but my friends nagged me so much to continue the story because I left the ending perfectly set up for a sequel. And the story continues in the second book.
Wonderful. And the third book, of course, is Pursuance of Justice, which is the latest book that you have published. And there it is there.
That's it there. And as I said, I retired the agent after the second book, but then I worked out a way to bring him back into the action in the third book. So it continues.
Yeah, well, we're glad it does because it's a thrilling thriller, as I mentioned earlier. Have you envisioned this as a series of films? I mean, I think they're so timely, they're so riveting, they're so action-packed, and they're so visual.
I have, Logan, and in fact, I've engaged a publishing company that is currently writing a movie script.
Wonderful.
It's well underway and probably will be finished in about 2 months' time.
Wonderful, wonderful. Though that sounds great, and creating the work, putting it out there is essential to perhaps getting a studio to pick this up, and I think it'd be terrific. So Hollywood, if you're listening, here are 3 books that are ready to go. Talk to us a little bit about the exceptionally gifted student turned agent that is featured in your book.
He's a French agent that the CIA identified and recruited and then trained him to become a really aggressive type of person that takes no prisoners, to be honest with you. His philosophy in life is rather than put people in jail, that get out on a slap on the wrist from some civil libertarian judge and or a short sentence, he takes care of matters in a different way.
Yeah. Well, we think we need an agent like that today because nuclear war between the United States and Russia shockingly seems like it's possible. I mean, it's such a horrible, horrible potential if these countries engage in such warfare, but things are bad right now, no doubt, with the Ukraine situation, with Russia, with China. Talk to us a little bit about how your books reflect real world political and global issues.
They do. They touch on a lot of that. In fact, there's also in the book, the CIA and the agent identifies a group of elite people, including past presidents, scientists, teachers, influential business people that have formed a group to cull the world's population in half. And he's called upon to take action and deal with that. So there's many issues, as you just said, one of which is the nuclear threat, which is constant throughout the world. He has to deal with that, and or the threat to a president or president's lives. He also has to deal with that. And one of the issues there was the intended killing of the two presidents of the United States and France at a VE Day celebration. And he's called upon to take action and negate that. So he's involved with so many issues that are so confronting in today's world.
Absolutely.
That's the storyline.
Do you think fiction in some ways can help people better understand global security threats?
It's a worry that so many don't, to be
Yeah.
truthful with you. They turn a blind eye, especially the youth of today that tend to lie in their bedrooms with their iPhones and iPads and not be understanding of the real dangers that the world faces. It's sad, it's truly sad, but it's a reality we have to live with. And that's why, to be honest with you, the Western world needs a strong America, a really strong America with a forceful president that is not scared to take action. And who knows, we hope that that's the case, and it
Yeah.
will always be the case because America is the world leader and we need you to be strong and powerful.
Exactly. It is said that when America sneezes, the world catches a cold. So we do need a strong America, and hopefully we are on the right path right now because we want to see peace. There's too much bloodshed in the world, too many people dying, and threats like you illustrate in your books are real. And we don't want to see them actually become real. We don't want the threats to become actual events. That's for sure. Do you, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. There's so much hatred in the world, to be honest with you, Logan. We need to probably learn to live with each other. It doesn't matter what race, religion, whatever it is. We need to just take a step back, take a deep breath, and learn to live with each other.
Yeah. It's funny. I don't think people hate people. I mean, I think it's all politics. I'm sure the Russian people probably have great concern in many ways for the Ukrainian people. I just think it's their leaders that put them astray. But when people are left to their own devices, I've traveled all over the world. People are people. They're all great. They all want the same things. They want a better life for their families and their children. They want a roof over their head. They want food, and they want to be able to enjoy their life a little bit for the number of rotations we have around the sun, right?
It's the dictators of the world that are changing the way life goes. And all of these issues tend to be touched on in my books.
Yeah.
They're real life threatening issues. And then one has to be creative as an author and try to create a story that is catching and find a solution for the problems.
Exactly. Will there be a fourth installment? Are you thinking about book number four?
No, there's only three in this trilogy. I've started a fourth book, and probably up to chapter six, but the genre of that particular book is Alien Avenue is the title of the book,
Mhm.
and it's alien phenomenal. So that's pretty difficult subject. And I
Yeah.
haven't I haven't got back into it at the moment. I've just let it lie because I'm so involved with this production with a movie script that I'm
Right.
hoping to have it finished in the next couple of months, you know?
Absolutely. What was it like transitioning from CEO to writer and artist, basically?
Well, boredom was one of the issues that forced me to sit down and let my fingers work the keyboard. I
Hmm.
always had in the back of my mind a basic story of the CIA because I'm intrigued with them. They're an organization that moves in the shadows. Many people criticize them, but they do a lot of good and negate a lot of threats that nobody even knows about. So that's the start of how I really got going. And I had that back 40 odd years ago.
Yeah,
But in my business career, I was just too busy and too focused in another area. But then, as I said, when I retired and COVID-19 hit, that forced me to sit down and get started.
exactly. There are spies in this world. It's part of life. The CIA are America's spies, and we hope that they're out there doing good and working as a positive influence in this world, right?
Now, oh, we need it desperately, believe me.
Absolutely. Talk to me a little bit about what it was like writing these books. Did you enjoy living in that high pulse pounding world, that suspenseful world that you created?
To be honest with you, unlike most experienced authors that probably work out chapter by chapter where they're going to go with the book, I didn't do that, to be quite honest, as a novice author. I just sat down in front of the computer and let my fingers work the
Mhm.
story and created it as I went along, went back, changed, moved things forward and backwards, and did all those sort of things. So I found it very challenging, to be quite honest, as an inexperienced author in the beginning. But once I got into the story, it then flowed quite comfortably. And you have to create various scenarios that you believe that your readers would actually like and associate with and understand.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I think you've taken a lot of real world issues, real world threats, and put them into this thrilling thriller of a series. The latest installment that we've been talking about today, we've talked about all of Sid's books, but the latest installment is Pursuance of Justice. This is book three. There are two other books. You will love them all. They really are page turners. In this book, and all of his books, global crises collide with covert intelligence missions, with pulse pounding realism and insight into today's geopolitical threats. Sid, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Before we go, can
Mhm.
I, if invite your viewers to view my website. That'll give them a very, very good overview of all three books.
Wonderful.
www.whitefright. And if anybody is searching the books by title, there's various books with similar titles or the same title. Look for the books with my name associated with it, Sid De Beer.
Wonderful. Look for Sid De Beer, look for whitefright.com, and look for the links underneath this interview. That's where we will have it. That's where you can find all of Sid's wonderful work. Sid, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan. Have a great day.
Pleasure talking to you. I appreciate your wisdom and your insight. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time. This time, until next time on Spotlight.
Thank you. Good night.